Hello, today's lesson is to know how to multiply using negative numbers. Okay, so your success criteria for this is that we will look at the rules, and you will know the rules for multiplying negative numbers, and you will apply the rules correctly. Now, just in case you haven't got everything you need, can you pause the video and make sure you get yourself a pen, some paper, two different colours of pen, and somewhere quiet to work. Okay, so what you're going to do first, you're going to have a look at these 6 questions and you pause the video and have a go at those. Okay, so the answer to the 6 questions are here. So you use your different coloured pen and you mark your work. Okay, so hopefully you've got those all right. So negative numbers. Well, there's 2 different ways you can write a negative number, with brackets and without brackets. So -4 inside a bracket or just -4. So it's better to actually keep it in a bracket when you're doing calculations, and then you can see exactly that that negative belongs to the 4. So there's some rules here. So a negative number times a negative number gives a positive. Okay. A positive number times a positive number gives a positive. A negative times a positive is negative, and positive times negative is negative. So just think about this. If the signs are the same, negative, negative, you get positive, 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 you get positive. And if the signs are different, you get negative. I'm going to do the I do. So we've got -4 times 6. So we know that 4 times 6 is 24. We've got a negative number and a positive number, so the answer is -24. And you think about it, if someone borrowed £6 off you, or sorry, if someone borrowed £4 off you 6 times, they would owe you £24. So they would be -24. Likewise, in the second I do, if it was the -6, well, 4 times 6 is always 24, still 24. So 4 times -6 is -24. Alright, you pause the video now and you have a go at the wee do's. Okay, so hopefully you got -21 and -21. Okay. So on example 3, we've got 4 times -5. Well, we know that 4 times 5 is 20. So 4 times -5 is -20. On example 4, again, we know that 4 times 5 is 20. This time we've got negative times negative. Signs are the same, so that's positive 20. You pause the video and you do these 2. Hopefully you would have got -35 and 35. Okay, we're going to do some true or falses. Okay, so is the first one I do, state if the calculation is true or false. -4 times -100 is positive 400. Well, I know that 2 negatives make a positive, so I'm going to say that's true. Again, I've got 3 numbers to multiply. So 4 times 50 is 200. 200 times 2 is 400. So the number's right. Let's see if the sign's right. A negative times a positive gives a negative, and a negative times a negative gives a positive. So that answer should actually be positive 400. So I'm going to say that's false. Okay, so I want you to pause the video and you decide whether these 2 calculations are true or false. Okay, you should have got true. and true. Just notice something. If there's an even number of negatives, it becomes positive, and if there's an odd number of negatives, it becomes negative. So there's an even number of negatives, so it should be positive. Okay. Okay, on this one, we've got, the question says evaluate, and evaluate means find the value of or work out. Okay, so we've got quite a lengthy thing. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, and we'll just split them up. So we've got -4 times 5 is -20. Then we're going to multiply that by -2. So -20 times -2 is +40. And then we're going to multiply that by -10, and the answer is -400. So, like I said earlier, we've got 1, 2, 3 negatives. So we've got an odd number of negatives, so the answer is going to be negative. Okay, so you pause the video and you try the we do. Okay, you should have got the answer of +70. So mark it right or correct it with your green pen and make sure you understand it. Okay, so what you do is try these questions. There's 8 of them, so give yourself about 10 minutes. Pause the video now and work your way through them. Okay, the answers are here. So use your green pen or a different coloured pen. Mark your work or correct any that you might have got wrong, and make sure you understand why you got them wrong. Okay, there's 7 questions here, and I want you to write the question out, and I want you to say whether that is true or false. So pause the video and do those. And here are the answers. It was actually only one of them was false. Okay, so mark your work. Again, if there's any corrections you need to do, make sure you understand where you went wrong. So now, there's that word evaluate again. So this time you have to work out an answer for these questions. I'll pause the video again and do these ones. Okay, hopefully you got these all correct, and hopefully you understand the rules about negative numbers. Finally, this little plenary. Okay, so Tristan is taking part in a maths competition. Each correct answer is worth 5 points, and each incorrect answer is worth -3 points. If Tristan chooses not to answer a question, it will be worth 0 points. There are 10 questions. What would Tristan's final score be if he answered 5 correctly, 4 incorrectly, and left 1 blank? So I want you to think about that. Think about how you would work that out. And then, as a challenge, can Tristan finish with -10 points? Explain your answer. How many would have to get correct? How many would he have to get wrong? And how many would have to leave out if he got -10 points? So I'm going to let you think about that. You pause the video and the answer will come up after you unpause it. Okay, so for 5 correct answers, so it's 5 times 5, and then we're adding negative 3 times 4. Okay, and then that's for the 4 that you got wrong, and then we're adding 0 for the one that you left blank. So that's 25, take away 12 plus 0, so we got 13 points. So the combination to get negative 10 is 1 correct, 5 incorrect, and 1 left blank. Okay, so hopefully you've learned how to multiply negative numbers. Remember, if the signs are the same, it's negative, and if the signs are the same, it's positive, and if the signs are different, it's negative. Okay, that's the end of the lesson.